Hi, I'm Ida, the owner and operator of the Conservatory of Music Enhanced Education, and also the author of the children's series. This children's series, if you have seen them before, it's about Aldolfo, a quirky young boy who believes because he can count to 7, or because 7 is his bestest number, feels that he can play piano. The adventure in these books will take you on a magical, mystical, musical adventure that will teach you something about sharing and caring, and also something about the musical language. These characters that are in these books have now created a new method book. This is the book that Aldolfo is using in the series on learning how to first learn to read and understand this wonderful world of music. This is a new method, and I'm going to show you a few pages on how you can get started on learning how to yourself read and play the piano. When you get into the book, after it starts showing you your finger numbers, which are on the pages before, the student will be able to actually draw and understand the right hand and the left hand, from your thumb, your pointer, your middle, your ring, and your little. We're going to start like that. The characters will be there that are in the book, but they're going to come back and they're going to actually be doing the teaching along with Maestro Von, who is Aldolfo's teacher. We're going to be using keynotes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And the first thing when you're learning to play piano, you really have to understand the pattern on the piano. In the middle of the 2 black keys, and that's usually what I teach the kids, there's dum diddle dee. Dum diddle diddle, D's in the middle, which would be 2. So that you know if 2 is in the middle, 1 is right beside. So you have 1, 2, 3. And the characters will be coming back and telling you who they are. Sea Snake with his glasses, Dum Diddle Dee, and Elefanti E. Now, what makes this book different? We are going to be working with numbers first, and we're going to also have directional arrows. So the first arrow a student would see would be the jump arrow. That means if you are playing, you will play the house, because remember, every note has its own home. And that's one of the first premises that a student will learn as well. If you see the jump arrow, you're going to jump up and play the same note, the same house. Your step up and step down arrows. So if we come back, we're going to have Dum Diddle Dee and Elefanti E. So we're going to step down, we're going to step up, step down. And we do the same thing with our left hand. With our ring, we find in the middle of the 2 black keys, 2, 3, 2, 3, 2. So the student will have an opportunity to play these pieces. Instead of air notes, they are houses. So really to have you identify each key as a house. Every note has its own home. So here we would start with the crossroads, which would be the middle C. And that would be Sea Snake, where he's wearing his glasses. He's known as 1 as well. So here would be the first song, which is called Rain, Rain. We would play C, jump up to the same house, step up, jump, play the same house, step up, step down, step down, step up, down, down. So you seeing how these step arrows are mapping out the notes? Students will also have an opportunity to do these arrows and write the notes in. The book is interactive, so there's always a lot of writing, which helps you understand the whole language. Not only are you playing, but you're also writing the language right from the very beginning. The characters do keep coming in as we're going to learn the 3 black keys as well. So the other pattern is from 2 to 3. So you'll learn that this is the forest. And Aldolfo comes back to tell you, okay, that he knows this forest. Forest for the 4th note, F for forest. G the gorilla, 5. So the gorilla is 5. And they will introduce and explain exactly how each of their homes are identified and how you get to find where they are. Now, one of the Big things I do teach my students is, we'll get our not so happy face guy holding the book down here. I am in my house. The first thing I tell students is to find their home position. So this is an I am in my house song. So when we are at the piano keys, we are going to play. First it's going to be the left hand. I am in my house. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. To the right hand. It belongs to me. Always have the student find the middle of the 2 black keys and then come down on them, and you have 5 fingers, and this is the home for the first position, which would be known as C. The first song they can play is Ode to Joy. The hands that they're going to use, the finger number they started, and the house name is called. So let's play Ode to Joy. So we're going to start with Elefante E, which is right beside 2 in the right hand. We're going to go jump up, step up, step up, same house, down, 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 middle C, step up, left hand. We're going to start with Elefante E, step up, same house, so students who are just beginning are able to play this right up from the very first lesson. So they're actually playing a song and they're understanding and following and learning how to use the map and how to use the direction of the notes. This is very helpful when it does actually come to the notes. We're going to, just to show you quickly, we're going to now bring in the air notes that a lot of students that may have been taking lessons are used to seeing, but identifying it with the mapped. So understanding, this is a skip up. So when it curves up, we're going to skip up, skip up. We skip a finger, we skip a note. So you start to learn the directions. Before it gets on a staff, which we will get to, you are learning to see the movement of the notes. With the numbers, they're the key note numbers. Important to keep the key notes so that you can understand. When I'm going from 1 to 3, you know, what did we miss? We missed 2. So we skipped up. So let's try this. Skipping up to 5, jump, play the same note, skip down, step up, left hand. See? And the characters come in and start explaining what these notes mean and what they look like. This is just a very quick overview on what to expect in this new method. You'll get to meet Baba Aga, that a lot of students seem to like because she lives in the forest where the think of it like this. The trees. 3 rhymes with tree. The forest and the trees. So the forest starts with these 4 groupings. So you see 3 plus 4 makes 7. So you will learn all the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and where their actual home is. Again, students get an opportunity to write. We have whole songs, and then we're on a staff. But it'll explain to you how to work the staff. And then to play songs and start using the arrows as we're getting new pieces, and the arrows will come in. But the first book, and there's a part 2 coming as well, is explaining exactly how to play and to follow notes. Whether they're drawn as houses or they're drawn as notes or they're on the actual staff, you get to see the direction of the notes. All of these books are interactive and they all end with coloring pages. So that you can actually color, you know what they say about the therapy and drawing and putting your hand to something and using color. So an opportunity to also draw and make this book your own. I encourage you to try this method. The students that I have been teaching with this method really seem to like the characters, whether they're younger students or older students, they really seem to be able to identify. And also slowly the numbers will change to letters, but they're able to understand and map the notes right from the very beginning, just I think like you would as well. To be able to purchase this book, follow the link below. They're going to be up as PDFs. At the studio, of course, we sell the hard copies, but you're going to be able to download these books at a really reasonable price. It's for a limited time on the actual link that's below. Thank you.